God has the blessings figured out. You do need to be willing to trust him, though. Yesterday, I went to a church conference thing, and they were making these little boxes things when I was leaving, so I got this. I was thinking of walking from the event, but now that I had this box, I needed to find a ride. So I found a ride from this guy I met a couple of days ago who's also at the conference. Look at the inside. There's bagels. There's some candy and some other stuff. So God, he's not going to let you go hungry. He's going to bring those blessings that truly satisfy you and like heal and help you get to a higher place in your life. He's able to do that. And then that night, I got to go to a party where there was a piñata. And when that piñata broke, there was all this. What's going on? So I've been learning a lot about how God is the master mind of all this, and you need to trust his timing with things. And he can do anything he wants, just like that. Like, this person was like, oh, this next box goes to you. And then she pointed to me. And then this had a lot more bagels in it. And then I brought this to the party. And then some of the bagels got eaten up. And there's still leftovers. There's still some left over. And, you know, when you're trusting God, you're trusting the path, you're walking with faith, there's going to be tons of leftovers. There'll be tons of joyful moments. There's going to be times where you could stay longer and you know you need to go somewhere else, even though, like, that place was also super good. You're going to have to get used to saying no to stuff that a couple years ago you would have been crazy about. So, yeah, God has the blessings to give. He's got all the blessings to give. You do have to be willing to walk in faith and trust and say no to certain temptations, because that's the only way you're really going to get there. See, if I hadn't gone to that event yesterday, I wouldn't have gotten this. Nobody would have brought it to my room. Nobody, people don't, like, the Spirit could tell you anything, but, we're going to be blessed by our actions and efforts. Prayer is great, and you can pray and pray all day long, but you, at the end of the day, we're being taught to act and not to be acted upon. And I got invited to this party, and that's where this came from. It's like, whoa, that's where it came from. You have to be willing to show up, though. This last week, I did a great job of showing up on the track. I did a time mile every single day, Monday through Friday. I ended up running a 6:05, I think it was on Wednesday, which is my fastest mile, tying my fastest mile since high school. So it's like, oh, okay, I guess I'm doing better than I think. If I can run a 6:05 mile, that's pretty good. So you just have to keep working towards it, keep building towards it. Feasting on God's blessings. I have a Substack post thing that talked about feasting on God's blessings and not nibbling. We want to nibble sometimes. We want to just nibble and be like, no, I want to go back to this other thing. So we're just going to nibble a little bit on this. But it's so good. It's like so mind-blowingly good. But if you spend all your time with things that aren't good, then it might dull your sensitivity to spiritual things. And that's really tough. That is really tough. God is able to heal. He's able to bring better blessings. That's what he does all the time. He takes people, he leads them out of where they are to something better. So my room needs a lot of love. Needs a lot of love. But this is just temporary, obviously. We're going to get this all cleaned up. But yeah, it's kind of rough. We just keep going. So God is able to send the blessing whenever he wants. He has his timing figured out. There's some things we'd like to have the timing to happen right now, but he knows the perfect timing. Hence why some of these things just have not happened yet. Until then, you keep spending time with. So this is God's blessings. You just keep drinking up. And when your cup's overflowing, you just let it overflow and you find some people to go love on and talk to and just be there for. And you might need some help to hold all these blessings. Like, oh my goodness. But God can bring you to where you need to go. And yeah, notice how this is still going. That is not stopped, even though the cup is completely overflowing. There's a verse in Psalm. Okay, we're going to see if we can pick this up without spilling it. That's good. So there's a verse in Psalm 23. It basically says his cup overflows. The cup overflows and you go to where you're supposed to go. So there's certainly some things in my life where like we gotta figure this out, but then there's other things like the cup's overflowing. It's so good. It's like, what's going on? And when the cup's overflowing, it means you need to get going. Oh, that's so good. If the cup is overflowing, you need to get going. I'm going to keep saying that. If the cup is overflowing, you need to get going. You need to start. You need to talk to more people. You need to reach out to people. You need to be there for people. You need to serve people. Because that's why your cup is overflowing. Is so you can be there for other people, so you can serve other people, bless other people's lives. If the cup's overflowing, you need to get going. There you go. That's the fire. That is fire. But yeah, God's able to bring the blessings, so you don't need to stress about that. Just let him do everything he's doing. So anyway, I know that God is good. He's looking out for us. Subscribe for more videos. I will see you next time. But yeah, we're just kind of mind blown at how God showed up yesterday. And I know he's going to show up crazy ways tomorrow. Just got to put myself out there. My cup is overflowing, so I just got to get going. Yep, subscribe. See you next time. Bye.